Cast away on a desert island with only a 10-year-old tablet for company, which 5 films would you download to take with you? Today is part 2 of Desert Island Downloads, where I asked the very question to our co-host, Paul Hawkins. This is the Cult Faction Podcast, episode 131, Desert Island Downloads 2.
Superman.
Hello and welcome to the Cult Faction Podcast, episode 131, Desert Island Disc 2. I am your host, Brett Summers.
Downloads.
What did I say?
Doesn't
Discs.
matter.
Get us sued.
Don't say it again.
Shit. Hello and welcome to the Cult Faction Podcast, episode 131, Desert Island Downloads 2. I am your host, Brett Summers, and as ever, I am joined by...
Damien Hicks.
And our man in the hot seat today.
Paul Hawkins. Thank you.
Yes. So
Should have got a Desert Island Dicks.
Well, I don't know what else
I'm
you
sure
want to
there's
pack.
probably a film out there called that.
So the silly season is closing in on us, and the cost of living crisis is in full swing, as we said before. And we thought to save energy, it's our turn to turn our spotlight off for a few weeks, and instead, we're going to ask one simple question. So, Paul, you've been cast away on a desert island with the tablet that can only hold 5 films. What are they going to be? Over to you.
No pressure or anything. Yeah, so just like all of you, I was toying with the idea of racking my mind and all this kind of stuff. I decided to go for what are the films that I just generally watch all the bloody time.
You don't need a beach if you're on beaches.
No arty-farty stuff. No, it was the best film ever, wasn't it? Not that I'm saying you did that, Brett. I'm just saying, in my head, I was deliberately thinking, no, I'm just going to pick all the films that I constantly watch on repeat.
Are you allowed to take those?
There's no internet. So I'm not expecting you both to either seen all of them or to agree with me, but hey, this is my time to shine. Okay. So the first film I want to talk about, again, I watch this all the time.
I'm intrigued.
It's a film called Citizen Kane. It's not really.
You haven't seen that. It's black and white.
It is a good film. But no, I'm going to go straight in with Interstellar. I don't think either of you have seen this. Because
I definitely haven't.
I used to be Interstellar.
I keep trying to tell you how good it is. Okay, so
I like Red Stripe now.
Interstellar, 2014, directed by Christopher Nolan. You've heard of him.
Yeah.
Matthew
I
McConaughey,
prefer his sisters.
Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, Matt Damon, Michael Caine, loads of other people. Basically, it's set in a future Earth where something called, it's like a big dust storm, or they call it the Blight, is basically wiping out crops one by one every year, and food is getting scarce on Earth, population crisis, all this kind of good stuff. Matthew McConaughey's a farmer. Most people are encouraged to farm.
What's he farming?
I think
Is he a moisture farmer?
No, I think he's...
It's Matthew McConaughey, so I'm expecting lots of green.
I can't remember. I can't remember whether he's corn or whatever. But anyway, that's going soon, and okra is going to be the only thing left.
Oak.
Okra,
All right.
as the Americans call it.
That ladies' fingers things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No,
That's a different film.
Yeah. So I'm being attacked by the dog. So basically,
the vicious cavapoo.
So yeah, Matthew McConaughey's a farmer, as I said. He lives with his dad and his 2 kids. I think he's got 2 kids. Can't remember now. Yeah, definitely 2. And he used to be a ex NASA pilot.
Of course he did. I was just about to say it's a film about farming, but now of course he was an ex-NASA pilot. It's picking up, yeah.
But in Future World, they're not. they kind of say that the moon landings didn't happen and it was all a big waste of money, and we need to forget about going anywhere else and we need to concentrate on saving the planet. So weird things start happening. Drones start flying around in circles. Tractors all start coming towards his house on autopilot through no reason. Nothing can explain it.
It's a scarecrow.
Weird lines of dust start appearing on his floor. His daughter thinks there's a poltergeist. Oh no. It works out that he manages to crack a code and these are coordinates.
Didn't Jodie Foster make this film?
No. They go towards the coordinates.
Can I just point out this is not a Spotlight episode?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I was
I was
rushed a lot more than this. I was just being polite.
Sorry.
Didn't Jodie Foster make a big tower and then go in it in the
that's
same
context.
way?
Anyway, so Coop has to save the world. He flies off into space, goes through a black hole a wormhole that's been magically put there by some special force, and they basically have to try and find another world to live on for all of population, while Michael Caine's trying to solve an equation to take people off from Earth in big spaceships. It's some would say maybe a really slow film.
Why is it on your list?
Because it's brilliant.
Tell us why it's brilliant.
It's just the build-up is superb. Matthew McConaughey, okay, he's Matthew McConaughey, but he does it so well. He's great dad, great acting in it. Anne Hathaway's a bit shaky in some places, but yeah, I'll forgive her that.
She might have been running.
Michael Caine, again, comes up with a poem, do not go into the dark, do not go bright into the dark light, or whatever it was, Dark Knight, rather. It's just a great film. One of the best sci-fi films going. They even had a picture of the black hole in it. This was before
Soundgarden.
they actually managed to photograph a black hole or whatever, and it's surprisingly very, very similar. So the science stacks up. The film's just brilliant. You need to watch it if you like science fiction.
What are the robots like?
They're brilliant. There are two robots actually, but the nice thing is that they've got humor mode, wit mode, and all this kind of stuff. And they start saying things like, "Yeah, we're just trying to take over the Earth and kill all you humans." And it's like, "What's your humor mode set at?" And he said, 9. Reduce it to 6. It's little things like that. Yeah, so it's got humor. It's got big tidal waves. It's got action. Check it out. I keep saying that you both should watch that.
How long is it?
Probably about 2.5 hours.
Ooh, I don't
And
think
the
it'll
nice
fit
thing
on your
about it as
tablet.
well, Matt Damon's in it,
Oh, God.
but he's playing a slightly different role. He's like the savior of the world.
Does he save everything he's in?
Yeah, but you need to watch it. Okay, so my second film, and there's no link or anything. Again, it's just one of these films that I always watch. And actually, it's quite apt for Desert Island downloads, where we're stranded
But
on
there'll
our
be
own.
beaches.
It's
Bloody Castaway, is it?
it's The Martian. So
There's a theme of developing here.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that until I put them next to each other. So this was based on the book by Andy Weir. Again, really good book. Directed by Ridley Scott.
On this Matt Damon.
Huh?
No, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, Matt Damon. Jessica Chastain again. Sean Bean, but it's loads of stars in this
To be
one.
fair, it's 2 films without Meg Ryan in.
That's true, yeah.
Again, Ridley Scott, he knows a certain thing or two about directing.
Debatable.
So Matt Damon is basically on Mars. Something goes wrong. There's a big storm. They all leave. While they're leaving, he has an accident. They all think he's dead. They all take off on their long voyage home. He's stranded. But he's stranded with limited food.
And 5 films on an iPad.
Yeah, limited food. No contact with Earth. So this is really it really is a clever film about
One
how
tub of hand gel.
Actually, to be fair, I don't think a 10-year-old iPad would take 5 films.
But this is all about how we can try and survive, how we can, try and regain contact with Earth. So he manages to dig up an old
iPad.
not an iPad, no, a relict old.
Speak and spell.
Fuck off.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
A relict old.
Is it something that communicated? I was actually genuinely trying to think.
Yeah, land or Rome or whatever, but he manages to get a signal back to Earth. They then improve that over time. He manages to grow his own food, so he's like the first proper Martian. He has to survive on the planet for like years, and so to see him deteriorate over the space of these years, eating basically potatoes and painkillers.
Does he talk
Because
to?
he runs out of ketchup after the first year.
Does he
So-
talk
so-
to a football for ages?
No. No, he's too busy surviving. It is a really great film. The book's really good too. But yeah, I know you guys haven't seen it. Go off and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a load of survival tips in it as well.
Oh,
If we're on Mars.
yeah.
And because you haven't watched that, I won't ask you for your...
No, we can't. We
No,
can't
no.
comment.
I haven't.
So,
It's never grabbed me, but it does sound a bit more appealing now that you've explained it a bit.
cool. Okay,
Uh,
moving on to the...
I was just like
Oh, go
2
on.
hours of Matt Damon. I wasn't sure if I
Yeah.
could handle that if it's not written by Kevin Smith.
No, he is really good in it. Okay, moving on to my next film, which neither of you have seen. Damien, you probably won't ever see it because of who stars in it. But again, it is a really great little action film. I didn't choose Aliens, actually.
Great little action film. Is it Time Bandits?
No, because I was thinking Aliens is very akin to this, and it's very good too. But this is film I always watch when it's on, and it's always on. And it's Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat. 2014, Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt, Bill Paxton pops up in this one. Brendan Gleeson plays a not evil, but he's a English military commander or something. So basically, Tom Cruise is he's like he is in the army, but he doesn't do any fighting, and
Yeah, I remember you explaining this to us
Yeah.
in the past.
he basically tries to get out of going to the beaches for an invasion when Gleeson sends him over. He says, "Nah, I don't want to do that." Gleeson basically says, "Okay, you got no choice." Puts him basically gets the MPs to take him to the training grounds. He goes off on his first mission to invade the beach, and he dies. But while he does that, he kills one of the aliens, and he's resurrected back to the start of the day. This carries on going.
Groundhog Day.
Bit like that. This carries on going, keeps getting killed, runs into Emily Blunt on one of these days, and she says, "Okay, you've got what I've got." She chases him up. He gets really good. They go through all of this constant battles until he tries to find a way to kill the big bad alien dude. It is a really good film. You don't like Tom Cruise, but it's worth a watch. He's not a nice Tom Cruise in it to start with. He's an arsehole. And just, if nothing else, just to see him killed hundreds of times, that should do it for you.
Yeah, that's the point, I suppose.
And it's got Emily Blunt in it, and I've got a soft
Oh,
spot for Emily Blunt.
Cocktail. That's another one I would have had with Brian Brown.
It's not about you, it's about me.
I know. Just reminded me. That was all.
Okay, moving
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Because, again, neither of you have
Got
seen
an
that
honorary
film.
mention now.
So, next film, Kingsman, Secret Service.
I have seen that.
I've seen that.
Colin Firth, Taron Egerton as Eggsy,
Some out for Womack.
Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Caine again, and Mark Strong. That I'm not sure whether it was because of this film, but he got a bit of a resurgence after the success of Kingsman. So it's nice to see him basically play the same type of role, or that military role in lots of new films coming out.
The Brothers Grimsby.
Yeah. So again, I just love Kingsman because it was just a little bit different at the time, and it was trying to do something that not a lot of other ones. It was not taking the piss out of James Bond at all, but it was
It was a bit.
Yeah, there's an irreverence to it, and the dialogue is more fitting with the characters that are being portrayed in it.
Yeah, but I just love
Colin
the twist.
Firth reminded me of John Steed from the Avengers. But
Yeah.
Patrick Whitney.
Well, yeah,
as well,
but
yeah.
I think there's it's pastiche or
Yeah.
whatever it is, but it's a new flavour of.
Oh, yeah, no, I
something
really
that's
liked
been
it.
so many times. I mean, it's
And
just
Samantha Womack from Game On in EastEnders as his mum.
yeah.
Because we got to that point where like his mum is someone we used to watch as a teen pinup.
But it's just how agents are killed in it, the twists and turns, Eggsy doing all the parkour, great fight scenes with Colin Firth. Big one in the bar to start with, where he's just got Eggsy out of prison or whatever it was.
the
There
hook
it-
on the pint glass.
Yeah, manners maketh man. Off he goes, and also the big fight at the church, where he basically kills the majority of the American
Yeah.
population in that church. It's just loads of twists and turns. And Michael Caine again. I didn't realise how many similarities of my films and actors that I've chosen so far. I'm just looking at the next ones. But yeah, I just watch it every time it's on telly.
I've seen the second one, but I haven't seen The King's Man yet. Just to spin off on that.
The King's Man's,
That's the
Complete-
that's like the origin story,
yeah. So
isn't it?
this was before the Second World War, yeah, because it's got the Archduke Franz Ferdinand in it. First war, Second war. Yeah, that is a good film
First.
too. First, yeah. Whatever. But yeah, different take, and obviously a different vibe because it was over 100 years before.
Yeah, but it is worth
Kingsman.
watching as well.
Yeah,
That's the only one I haven't seen. But no, I really like them.
I prefer The King's Man to Kingsman 2.
Cool. Because
Yeah.
it's what's his face? Done Kick-Ass. He created it all, didn't he? I forgot to write his name now, but no, that's cool. No, I like that. I really liked. I was a big fan of the whole induction into the Kingsman bit with the suits, and then meeting the other people, and then the. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Doesn't it like you have to have a pet, and then they're like shoot
And
the
he
dog
chooses-
and all
he
the
chooses
dog,
a
yeah.
pug.
Yeah, and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I liked all that stuff.
I thought it was a bulldog. Yeah, it's a really good film that I constantly go back to. Damien, any thoughts on that?
I've only seen each of them once, and I do remember enjoying them. And like I said before, what I enjoy it's not the only thing I enjoyed about them, but what took me was the I don't know the guy's name, the younger guy who gets recruited,
Eggsy.
The dialogue they're using is the dialogue of today in inverted commas. You don't normally you don't really get a lot of that in modern films. They still he's using almost sort of gang culture terms.
Yeah,
Not quite, but you know what I mean.
yeah, he's street.
Modern day street modern day parlance rather than core blimey governor. I'm a cockney. I'm
Danny
so
Di-
cockney it hurts.
I believe they're called diarisms nowadays.
Is that what they're called?
Danny diarisms.
Yeah.
Cool. So what was that? That 3?
That's 4, I think.
4.
It's rattling through them. It doesn't help that we haven't seen.
Okay,
So is this number 5?
yeah,
This is
the last one's really tough. And again, I could have chosen certain films that are really good
It better not be Annie.
and are like 10 out of 10s, but I don't watch
Oh
them.
God, it's the one with the apples.
all the
It's
time.
the one with the apples, isn't it?
It could be.
So
What's it called? Bugs in Milan.
But like you said, my choices change. But as of last night, when I solidified my 5 to put on my laptop before unknowingly I was going to crash on the desert island,
with Matt Damon.
I went for the 2018 film Ready Player One.
Oh, good film. I really like that. But the book is better.
The book's brilliant.
Yeah.
Ready Player 2 is also in the works. It'll be interesting if they stay true to the books.
Yeah. I've got Ready Player 2, but I haven't read it. I started reading it and I got bored.
I got the audiobook.
It's never a good sign.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, it's the same thing again, really. And I was kind of, I like all the culture stuff, but I've seen where it's going now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ready Player One, Ty Sheridan plays Parzival, or Wade. Olivia Cook's Simon Pegg. Mark Rylance, who plays Halliday or Anorak. So, yeah, in the future, everything's gone to pot. No one can really afford anything. Everyone wants to escape. How do they escape? Well, luckily James Halliday created...
The Oasis.
I've just seen if you were listening and not
I am
watching the
listening.
football. Yeah, so the Oasis is the biggest thing since...
And
I should have turned it off, shouldn't
the old lady that lives downstairs under him that he says hello to everyone. And one of them is Peter Davison's ex-wife, and the other one is the one from Hellraiser.
Cool.
Just there you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, everything's gone to pot. Everyone escapes into the Oasis. James Halliday left an Easter egg where basically if you can find it, you inherit the Oasis, which is worth like $5 trillion or whatever, 5 billion. I can't remember. No, I think it is trillion actually. And so everyone's after it. You've got the egg hunters, and basically they're going up against the evil IOI and IOI clans. It's really off-putting when you're just staring at the telly and not.
I'm sorry. I'm listening.
I'm looking at you, Paul. Don't worry.
I'm listening.
Thanks.
I'm
I
engaged.
just didn't want to stare in your eyes because I thought that would put you off.
Yeah, so they all join up to the contest. You don't have to constantly stare at me, but a little bit of engagement would be nice.
I was joining in and commenting on everything you said.
Yeah, I know, but you're not looking at me. Anyway, so they all have to find the keys to get to the final egg. I remember seeing the trailer for this at the cinema, and it had like the DeLorean. It had everything from
Tom Sawyer by Rush. Monday,
I was just so looking forward to seeing this, and when I saw it at the cinema, blown away. Because again, even then, the special effects, but even when they're in the Oasis, it looks bloody great.
But his mind is not for rent.
And every time it's on telly, I watch it, and
I'm singing the Rush song from
I
it. You've got me
know.
going.
but you're singing while I'm talking.
I'm singing in between you.
Yeah. So
I was timing it.
slightly different to the book. It gets rid of a lot of the
Really expensive things that they would have had to pay for to use.
Yeah.
no. So in the book, it
In the book, it's Ultraman and not the Iron
oh,
Giant.
yeah, but there's more going off and finding stuff as opposed to how they've condensed it in
Oh,
the film for the American audience.
And a lot more of The Shining in the book.
Yeah. So yeah, it's got everything that you want in a film: romance, action, horror.
Identity, self-seeking. You know, who's the real you? Is it you or your avatar?
And is it saying something about the population in which we live, where no one can escape the internet with their
Yeah.
phones
Or is it just better?
and cheaper?
And Barbara Dickinson was in a bigger movie than Peter Davison was.
And if you get one of those suits, then it's like being in the real life.
Well, it must be on the way.
Well, yeah, they are. Yeah, kind of.
We're not that far away from that, really, which is the scarier thing.
Cool, so that's me done.
I'd have liked to have heard her. I'd like a more, because it's like the whole thing in the book is like she's got this horrible scar, and who can love her because she's got a scar. And then when you see her in the film, it's like
She got a bit of a birthmark.
she's got like slightly different coloured mark on her face. You know, it's not like a proper. It's like we can't make her look.
Yeah, she
too-
doesn't look like she should be in Total Recall. Something.
Yeah, you know, the way they make it, she's got this bad scar, and in the thing, it looks like she's just got like a little bit of like a birthmark or something.
Yeah.
I mean, in blooming Bates Motel, she had an oxygen tank and a mask and tubes up her nose and everything. And in this, she's just like, I'm badly scarred. Don't look at me. Oh, there it is. You're like, what? If you ain't got an HD telly, you probably can't see it anyway.
Yeah.
But, right. Any other honourable mentions that just fell out of your top five?
Well, I was tempted to go with one of the Batman, but didn't because I don't watch that all the time. even though
66 or one of the other ones?
Heath Ledger was brilliant in it. I was tempted to go for Endgame because that's just a cracking film, but I couldn't go with Endgame without the one before it. And I thought, well, I'm not going to waste two of the films. You can't just take, one Avengers film away with you.
Oh, is that what? I don't even know what Endgame was.
Yeah,
Now I know.
yeah,
And,
Well, that was my
less
thing
interested.
about could a franchise count as one?
No.
exactly, and that's why.
Yeah.
but I penalised myself. Yeah.
You can do what you like on your island.
Yeah, so as I said, I just went for the ones that I watch every time that they're on.
Okay. Well, that about wraps up Paul's little Desert Island disclosure then.
What? Downloads.
Desert Island Disclosure. I like the sound
You've
of that.
disclosed what you would take.
There's a future. We can work an episode into that phrase. I don't know what it could be, but I like Desert Island Disclosure.
Okay.
Because you've disclosed your 5. So it's just.
We've got a few weeks to think about that.
Yeah.
So this was episode
131.
131. I think it had a 3 in it. And this was Desert Island Downloads 2. So we'll be back with Desert Island Downloads 3, the trilogy, in 2 weeks. And there's only one of us left now, so it's not going to be a surprise. Mr. Hicks, have
It'll be
you
me.
compiled your list yet?
I have a cornucopia of classics.
Ooh. Okay, then. So in the meantime, if you want to like and subscribe and click the buttons and leave us some comments, do you agree with Paul? Is he wrong? What did he forget?
Would you take any of those to a desert island?
I'm probably wrong, but hey.
Would you steal a policeman's helmet? No, yeah, so have a listen. Have a see what you think. Leave him some feedback. The week before was my one. Again, feel free to slag that off too. But as long as you click and like it and write why, we don't care. In the meantime, if you would like to contact us, they can email us at...
cultfashionpodcast@mail.com.
And if you want to check out the latest news, views, reviews, and whatever else is going on, you can visit the mothership, which is...
Cultfaction.com.
And I've been Brett Summers.
I've been Damien Hicks.
And I've been Paul Hawkins.
And we're on a desert island trying to get back
Discovery.
home with one leap home.
Oh, no, Disclosure.
Disclosure.
Desert Island Discovery, that's the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could keep this team
new
going for
film's coming
months.
out.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Superman.